Empire State Building.
New York.
She's a Grammy Award winner. She's got several Junos, multi-platinum, and on a scale of 1 to 10, the smile and laugh is a 15. Give it up for Alessia Cara. What up, girl?
Thank you. Thank you. How are you guys?
It's been weird, but it's been weird for everyone. So I guess let's just dive right in and ask, how is your heart health? How happy are you? How are you feeling now? How has 2020 and 2021 been? I know it's a loaded question, but let's go for it.
I know. Jeez, I know. Well, I feel like I think we all kind of experienced the same year, weirdly enough. But yeah, I mean, it was hard, of course. I think for me, there was a lot of introspection and a lot of creativity, which I'm grateful for. I managed to use that time and all those feelings to put them into a project. So I made an album in this year, which is great. It's loaded with some ugly emotions, some nicer ones, and some fun, some not so fun things. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of very similar to the year we all lived, to be honest.
Sure.
Yeah.
So good to hear that, because we were still playing all your songs on Z100 across
all
the
of them.
Yeah. And as we were playing them, I'm like, we cannot wait for new music from Alessia Cara. Like, when is she coming back? So it's good to hear that you've been working on that. And during your time, you've became a dog mom.
Yes.
Yeah, a dog mom.
Say, whoa. Yeah, a dog mom.
No, a dog mom. So
let's not put that in the world. It's great. Well, so yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm like an honorary mother. I'm sure it's like nowhere near the difficulty of being an actual mom, but I feel like I'm a mom. Like, it's the cutest thing. She's just brought so much like joy and humor and cuteness into my life. I got her in last July, so I've had her for close to a year now, and she's just like she's the best. I love her. I mean, I know that they always say like dogs are like a man's best friend or whatever, but she really is like my best pal. She just hangs with me all day and is just so full of life. And
that unconditional love is I mean, it's just, that's what it is. I mean, and it's gotta be one of the most heartwarming feelings when you know that it's like, no matter if you're happy, you're sad, you're bummed, and you're feeling glad, you have something there that's just gonna wipe away all that crap that you're going through and be there just to show you like, hey mom, like everything's gonna be all right.
100%. Yeah, she doesn't know anything about me other than I'm like the girl who takes care of her and plays with her and rolls around with her. So she has no bias other than just to love me and to, just to hang with me. It's the best. Like, she's just so receptive and like knows when I'm down, like you said, and knows when I'm happy. Like, they're just so intelligent, and she's just my pal. I love her. She's the best.
I love that. Being able to find comfort in this pandemic, being able to, sometimes find some discomfort in the pandemic and to create from that space. I mean, how difficult, how challenging, but how fulfilling was it when you find yourself on the other side of it? And here we are with 2 amazing songs that the world has, and more that are to come, but to have made it to this side here and learned about maybe a different Alessia.
Totally. Yeah. I feel like, we don't ever really learn about ourselves until we get into that discomfort. I feel like that's where all of the good stuff lies, in discomfort and in some emotions that might not be very easy. That's where the most change happens, and for the better, because change, I think, is good ultimately. So I feel like through that stillness, while it was super hard some days, to sit with ourselves and have to like deal with our own stuff, that we've been putting off with distractions of work and socializing and stuff. I really had to sit there with myself and deal with a lot of things that I didn't have the chance to deal with. My lifestyle is very go, and I push down a lot of feelings to get through the day, and because I have work and I have obligations, but this was the first time I had to sit there and deal with it. And I feel like I'm a new person. I really do feel like I'm a different person, than I was when this whole thing started. So
well, and you shared it with Sweet Dream. You really go there and you give us those moments of stillness and how scary forget how scary that shit is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it is, you know, I mean, with you
Mhm.
talking about your battles with insomnia and the anxiety that comes with it, and just realizing like, crap, I have to address these, but to use this as a therapy and to use this as that song that helps a lot of people feel those same feelings. How proud are you of yourself to have gone there and created this gem of a record?
Thank you, first of all. Well, I mean, yeah, I think it's, I initially use my songs as like an emotional purge for myself because that's how I process things. But I think ultimately they get repurposed, to help people, like you said, or to allow people to see themselves in the things I'm saying. So while I hope that, people can't relate because I don't want people to have insomnia, I do hope that they can understand that they're not the only ones dealing with it, because it's when you're living in your own mind, everyone else is like kind of a side character in your life and in your head, it's hard to believe that people deal with those things too. You just feel so alone and so scared, and it can be lonely in your brain, so I hope that people can see that even I was dealing with it too. And I feel like if this year taught us anything, it taught us that we go through the exact same things at the same time. I mean, it was the
Yeah.
most unifying time in the world in a way. So, yeah, it's you're not alone. So I hope that people can see that.
Max and I loved listening to Sweet Dream, hearing those like 1950 harmonies and vibes in there. Where did that inspiration come from?
Well, I love older music. I love listening to, like, majority of the people I listen to are no longer alive. Weirdly, it's as morbid as that sounds, but yeah, I've just always loved that era of music, like 50s, 60s, 70s, even. Just, I don't know, I've just always enjoyed it. I love those harmonies. I feel like those like barbershop quartet harmonies are some of my favorite pieces of music, and I just wanted to incorporate that as much as possible, along with the modern sound.
You
I felt like
you did
putting
it.
them together. Thank you.
You did it, and we've talked about this before in the past. I mean, and I hate using the term old soul, and I know you've probably heard that a billion of times. But the thing is that you've created this timeless music, like those people who you emulate and look up to and find inspiration from. So let that sink in. That in the year like 2073, people are going to be listening to what you're doing the same way that you listen to, and like, quick case in point, I'm going to go ahead and make this, working with Salam Remy and being in the same damn room as Amy Winehouse. Like, picture someone feel that same way about you, how you felt then. What was that like to create Shapeshifter, like to be in that environment?
Oh my gosh, it was so incredible. It felt like one of those full circle moments, that we go through in life. It was just, I've listened to her and loved her. I feel like every discussion I have with you, I mention her because I just love her so much. I just see myself in her in so many ways and in her music. So being there was wild. Like, just the backyard and the tree where she wrote Tears Dry, like where she says in this blue shade, like she's talking about the tree, and it was like so wonderful. And I mean, I don't want to talk about her like she's like an entity, because she's very much a human being, and I feel like she would hate me for talking about her like this. But I'm just so honored to be in the same space and to be doing, the same thing, and to be living this life, and to be able to do music for a living and hopefully touch people the way that she touched me in so many ways. And it just felt super full circle, and I don't take that moment lightly, for sure.
And you've also been sharing on your Instagram like little photos of possibly a music video coming out for Shapeshifter. So what can we expect from that, or Sweet Dream as well?
We'll see. So yes, so I did 2 music videos, for one for each song. And so yeah, so there'll definitely be some music videos, and they
Did your brother like the past? Your brother any part of helping you bring this to life, or I mean, has his rate gone like way too up that you can't afford it anymore?
Honestly, like, not so much the rate, but his time. I'm like, hey, can you help me with this? He's like, I'm busy. I'm like, booked up. He's booked and busy for a long time. So he couldn't come out because I shot them in LA, and he couldn't come out. He was like doing a bunch of other music videos. So I got to wait in line. I got to take a number for him. He's too busy.
So dope. Oh my God. Hey, Crystal, I don't think we said this yet to it. Happy belated birthday also. I mean, go ahead, girl.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
How did you spend your first birthday out of the pandemic?
I spent it at home with my family watching the Italy versus England game, which was like the most emotionally taxing game I've ever watched. It was insane, but I'm glad we won. I'm so excited. So I feel like it was even more of a birthday gift to have Italy be the champs this year. I felt like it was all because of me. Really.
It was totally because of you. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yes.
And you said, what's funny, you're celebrating 24 for 25, which makes a whole lot of sense because when you celebrate 26, you're going to definitely have to celebrate 25 and 24 for 26 because you deserve a hell of a redo, homie.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I feel like everyone who had a pandemic birthday, which is like most of us, deserves like a redo. I feel like 2020 didn't really happen, so I'm technically turning 24.
Yeah, we got you. When you make it into the city, we'll blow it out. You know what I mean? But I know we keep things super low key as well. But nonetheless, there will be at least a cake, some cupcakes, some cookie. What you just send the message, whatever it is, the recipe that you want us to whip up. But Crystal and I will get into the kitchen. All right, Crystal, we can do that, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Perfect.
So excited for you to roll through, and we're loving your new music. Any idea for a date for the album coming out, or a name, or anything like that, or we're still?
I have to keep it a little bit under wraps because I will get in trouble, but I can say that it'll be fall-ish time. I'll give the window of late summer, early fall, maybe. But yes. But I do have a title for the album, and maybe just look out for some hints.
Okay. You're good at that. You're good at that. One last question before we get out of here, Crystal. Should we ask Alessia Cara to keep it 100 or what?
Keep it 100.
All right, girlfriend. You know how it goes. We've been through this before. One final question. I just need 100% honesty. Keep it 100. You were in the room where it happened, writing and creating where Amy Winehouse brought to life one of the best albums of all time. We talked about it in this conversation. How many selfies did you take on the low while you were in that room?
You know what? I didn't take any selfies, but I did take one photo under the tree where she wrote Tears Dry, because that's one of my favorite songs of hers. So I asked my best friend, asked Liv, if she could take a photo of me under the tree. I was like, listen, like, I won't take any inside the house because that is Salam's home, but I did take one under the tree. I did take one under the tree. Yes, okay. I had to. Yes, and she also did too. We like took turns, like, oh my God, the tree. Yeah, it was very. I had to take one, but I just one. So that was pretty good. I was behaved. I behaved.
At least you kept it 100. Thank you so much. Like we said, when you're in New York City next, you have to roll through. And can't wait to hear your new album when it comes out. Yeah,
can't wait to give you a big ass hug, dude. It's been way too damn long.
I know. I miss your hugs. You give good hugs. I can't wait to hug you guys soon. Yeah, hopefully soon. I'll come out and see you as soon as it's possible. As soon as we're out of this lockdown. Girl. But thank you guys so much.
From the top of the Empire State Building. The 100.